We are back in Brazil for the final 3 games of the season. The 3 games that we played off camera look like this. We beat Fortaleza 1-0, Ray Venegas with a 73rd minute goal there. We then lost 2-1 to Fluminense, Sabino grabbing the only goal there. And then we beat Grêmio 2-0, Rodrigo and Everton Felipe scoring in the second half. That means that the table looks like this. We are in 7th place, 2 points clear of Internacional and 3 points clear of Corinthians. First up today we play Sao Paulo. We're already champions of the league. After that we play, I'm not sure what order it is, but we play Paranense, who are 15th, and we play ATG, Atletico Goianense, we just call them ATG, who are 18th and fighting to stay up. They might already be relegated by this point. So there is definitely 2 winnable games here. Definitely a chance to move to 63 points. It looks as if 7th is probably going to be our limit. I don't think we'll pass Grêmio, even though we beat them in the last game. With that being said, the team for today's game is a pretty steady team. Actually, I'm going to just make the one change if I can find. So many players in this squad. That is something we're going to do next season, is trim this a little bit more. Oh no, Ezekiel is out, I believe. Right, okay. Nonetheless, Saulo, Wellington team, Sabino, Rafael Tia, Uethon, William Oliveira in front of them, Caceres and Pedro Neresi in the centre of midfield, Everton Felipe, Vanegas and Rodrigo up front. So we're going to cut the loan players. We've got obviously 3 loan players that are playing in the central of midfield for us. Now, that's fine, especially considering how this season has gone, and we have had a defensive midfielder and 2 centre midfielders come through as signings and one through the youth team. So it's been good to have those 3 players in, because we've been able to bring in Harrison, Hamilton and Guggenmeier sporadically and get them game time. So hopefully that helps with their development. They're probably going to be playing a lot more games than they have this season in the next season. It's been a very poor start. We are what are we? We are half an hour in, and I also think we are on the wrong skin, and I need to remember to change that, because last time I said I was going to change it, I didn't. As Uethon goes in field to Venegas now, William Oliveira, Rafael Tahia, Neresi goes all the way back to Tahia. They're putting the pressure on. You can see why these are champions. Although Caceres gets away from his man into Rodrigo. Good chance. And Rodrigo scores. And it is 1-0. And Monster Sport Recife lead Sao Paulo here 7 minutes before half time. What a time to get the opening goal. And maybe we can make the premier continental competition in South America. Great through ball. Rodrigo beats the goalkeeper to his near post, 1-0, and we might get into half time. We haven't been outclassed here. We might get into half time 1-0 as Tahir heads against the bar and Rigoni smashes it away for a corner kick. Great chance. If we could have doubled our lead there, who knows what might have happened. Caceres puts that ball in, headed away by Miranda, out for a throw in on the far side, and we should be able to get in at half time 1-0 up, and we do just that. Keep working hard till full time as the second half begins. And like I said, we haven't been outclassed. Sao Paulo 5-4 up on shots, 3-2 on thingy. The highlights are all ours. Rafael Tia heads it straight at the goalkeeper, Volpe, and I don't think that's going to be the highlight, because I think they're going to look to try and hit us now with the long ball, and they do. And Nikawa's got plenty of space there. Work from Uethon to get back. Nestor, Miranda in his own half goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. He goes short to Diego Costa. Diego Costa into Vinicius on the right hand side. Drives over halfway. Infield to Rigoni. He goes one more inside to Patrick. Sara. Rigoni again. Caleri. Infield to Nesta. There's a ball out to the left, but he uses Gabriel Sara. Great tackle. And Nikau, who had virtually 3/4 of an open goal there, to just put it into, hits it wide of the post. It remains 1-0 here as we tick towards the hour mark. And I think it is time. Sabino has got a knock. He's going to come off for Fabio Alamo. We are going to bring Nicholas Watson on for William Oliveira as well. A double change there. We have got the 2 wingers playing 6.5 and 6.6. They might both make way in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. They probably, after this highlight, will probably make way. As Neresi goes to Vanegas. Watson now. Back to Tahia. Vanegas facing his own goal in his own half. Watson there, back to Tahir again. Pedro Neresi. We're playing some nice stuff, trying to get away from them, but they're pressing very well here. Sao Paulo further up the pitch, further than most of these South American teams tend to. Watson, Alamo, feel like we need to get the ball into their half. Neresi into Watson now, all the way back to the goalkeeper, and that's disappointing. Alamo, Felipe now. Everton Felipe on the left side, infield to Wellington Tim. Can he find the ball? Goes back to Caceres. Watson, yet again, into Pedro Neresi. He's got lots of space. Into Vanegas. Rodrigo, and it's tipped onto the post. Rodrigo gets there first, and it's 2-0. 20 minutes to play. And Rodrigo showing the desire and the determination there to get to that ball. It was so well worked. Watson into Neresi. Look at the time and space he's got there. Into Vanegas. First time ball to Rodrigo. He hit it first time. Tipped onto the post. But Rodrigo was the only one to react, and he gets to the ball and just slots it into the other corner. It's 2-0, and we're going to make those two changes of the two wingers, because up until then they weren't playing well. It's going to be MT on the left, Thiago Lopez on the right, and I think we're just going to have a look at, is anyone struggling massively? Caceres is. So Caceres is going to come off, and we're going to bring on Ronaldo Enrique for him. That's the 5 subs. Under 20 minutes to go. We don't want to concede straight away, because that will let Sao Paulo back into this game, and that is the last thing we want to do. As Igor Vinicius into Luciano, ball towards the far post. Nicao's up there and heads it onto the top of the bar, and we might have just got away with that there. Absolutely level on the stats. Thiago Lopez with a poor free kick straight to the goalkeeper, and hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us now. As Volpe taking his time, 14 minutes plus stoppage time left. Diego Costa, a little 1-2 with Patrick, and it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, and they work space there on the left hand side, and Leo could go over halfway into Nico. Nico now with that ball through. Good run from Caleri, 1-on-1, and a great save. A poor finish. He probably should have gone across the goalkeeper, went for the goalkeeper's near side. Salo got down, tipped it round the post for a corner kick, and Nesta now will put the ball in towards the far post, headed away by Wellington Tim. As we go into the final 10 minutes, it is still 2-0. We're going to encourage. We're going to drop cautious. 5 minutes left to play. We might be inviting pressure on now. Sao Paulo getting more and more shots away, but just not hitting the target with anything. Minute and a half left plus stoppage time. Thiago Lopez into Neresi now. Infield to Watson. Thiago Lopez yet again. Good ball into MT. There's a ball outside of him. Wellington Tim, what can he do? Got to get the ball in. Does into MT, and he smashes in for his 10th goal of the season. It is 3-0, and that is job done. We have gone to the champions of Brazil, and we have done a job on them here. Well, say we've gone, they've come to our place, and we've done a job on them. It is 3-0. Wellington Tim into MT, smashes it in, and what a performance this has been here today. 3-0 victory. And we haven't, like I say, we haven't been outclassed. Sao Paulo have got 2.11 XG, which says to me they should have at least got 1 goal. Never mind that, never mind 2. But we 1.42 XG, 3 goals. Rodrigo with an 8.3, MT off the bench with a 7.2. Caceres, Sabino also putting in good performances. Wellington Tim with a 7.9, Salo with a 7.92, and we have 1 foot in the Premier Continental competition in South America. League table looks like this. We are 7th now, 5 points clear of Internacional, 6 points clear of Santos. Santos can catch us, but they need to, you know, get an 11 goal difference back on us. We are 2 points behind Gremio now, so there is a chance we could finish in 6th place. We've got 18th place, ATG, Atletico Goianense in the next game, and we'll get into that one right now. We can possibly finish between 4th and 10th as it stands right now. So let's see what we can do. Same team away at ATG, Atletico Goianense. Let's go. We are underway here. 6 minutes into the game. That ball towards Montenegro, headed away. Neresi into Vanegas, can drive forward, and he goes a little bit wide, right hugging the touchline there, gets the crossing in towards Rodrigo, heads over the bar. Good first chance there, and it's a poor header from Rodrigo. Would expect better from him. As now Freitas goes back to Fernando, back into Freitas, into Shailon, Jurthon with a great tackle, it's into Montenegro, he fires over. Chances at both ends here early on, and it remains 0-0. Barcia back to Barallas now, and I thought Neresi was going to cut that out. Gavarnio now towards the byline, left footed, can he get the crossing? He does get the crossing. Barcia nods it back, and Montenegro's there. Surely there's a hint of offside there. Checking for possible offside. There looked like there was a hint of it. Goal is awarded. Now that was tight. Brian Montenegro gets the opening goal of the game, and after beating the champions, we've gone 1-0 down in this game, headed back, and that is very tight when the header comes back in. I mean, how close are we talking? Oh, we're not even going to see, so that's kind of weird. But we're 1-0 down here, half an hour in. Second half is underway here. We got a little bit angry. We threw the water bottle. It motivated half of them. It demotivated the other half. I don't know if that's going to do anything good for us, but there's 15 minutes in and there hasn't been a highlight. Throwing on the far side now. Sander into Pedro Neresi. William Oliveira. Harrison into MT now. Looks for Neresi, has a poor ball. And Fabio Alamo can give it to Harrison. Back to Alamo. MT. Harrison again. Tries to look in field but has to go back to Alamo. Harrison again under a bit of pressure to Wellington Tim. He's under pressure too. And a lovely little 1-2 set Wellington Tim free. Holds the ball up. Now gets it in field to MT. Can he get the crossing? Back to Harrison. Back to MT again. To the ball and pulls it back. Pedro Neresi shot blocked and cleared away. And that was really well worked down on the left hand side. Thought they maybe could have got the crossing early, but when they did get the crossing, chance, but that was blocked. And that boy's switched now to Barcia on the near side. Right footed, gets the ball in. Crosses poor. Now Gavanio goes all the way back to Freitas, back to Brallas. Brallas now square, back to Freitas, towards Barcia. Wellington Team heads it away, empty into Harrison. William Oliveira now, Alamo. And that's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper and just keeping possession of the ball now. Wellington Tim got a bit of space to run into, but he looks in field for Harrison, looks for Renan Forcato, headed away from him. Brallas into Barcia. MT dispossesses him though, and he can run down the left side, pulls it back for Wellington Team, receives it back, cross towards the far post. Venegas is there. It's 2-1. They're going to check this one. I thought Venegas ran from deep past his man, and I presume no news is good news. It's 2-1 it seems. Wellington Tim into MT, ball in, and you can't see from that angle at all. Venegas puts it in, beats the keeper at the far post. We're going to see from this angle, but even so, I presume that means he's onside. You can't really tell, but it's 2-1. It's going to count. Venegas with a goal and an assist, and we've come from a goal behind to take the lead here as Thiago Cameta with the corner kick towards the far post, and Vanderson heads it over the bar. Good chance for him at the far post. We have got 5 minutes left to play here, and we are going to run out victors, and this should secure our place in the Copa Libertadores for next season. There is the full-time whistle. We were waiting and waiting and waiting for it, and after going behind after 23 minutes, Montenegro's goal, 2 goals in 10 minutes in the second half. Pedro Neresi and Ray Vanegas getting the goals. 2-1 victory, and that is a great performance from the boys. So the league table looks like this. We are in 7th place, 6 points clear of Santos. We have secured 7th place for ourselves. That means the qualifying round of the Copa Libertadores next season. If we win and Gremio lose, and they are playing Fluminense, who are in 12th, so potentially tough game for them, we could move into 6th place, and that would be an absolutely fantastic finish for us. So final league game of the season at home against Paranese. The team is as follows. It's a young side. It's Dinivel in goal, Luciano Juba at left back, Gustavo Medina and Renzo as the centre backs, Ernesto at right back, Hamilton in defensive midfield role, Harrison and Guga Maya in the central midfield areas, Everton Felipe on the right, Cosme on the left, and Forcato up front. Let's get into this final game of what has been one hell of a long season. Goal kick fired up now. Gustavo Medina gets up, Hamilton into Harrison, out to Everton Felipe. Coelho brings it down, goes past his man on the left hand side, getting towards the byline now, gets the cross in, headed by Pedro, and it's wide, and that was very close. You tell from this angle it was always going the wrong side of the post, but it's another good effort, and these youngsters are struggling here against this side. Forcato into Harrison now, he runs over halfway, out to Cosme on the left hand side, back into Harrison, Juba, Forcato now, into Everton Felipe, into Guga Maya, and Guga Maya scores. That's going to be checked. You can tell straight away with how the camera went, but it looked onside. You know, it's going to count. 1-0 up. Guga Maya getting the goal. Everton Felipe with the assist. Cosme, Harrison, Juba into Forcato. He turned into Felipe. First time ball, and Guga Maya beats the goalkeeper under him. 1-0. Corner kick comes in, and it's headed in by Mateus Fernandez. 1-1. From the corner kick, poor really in the grand scheme of things, and that header at the far post beats the goalkeeper, and it's 1-1 here. Terran's ball in, and actually that's a very good header. Brilliantly got the run on the defender and just put it inside the far post. Free kick here. Centre of goal, Luciano Juba to take it, left footed. Oh, what a finish from the fullback. He has just blasted that into the top corner. He looked, do I put it over the wall? No, I'm just going to smash it into the top corner. The keeper was very central, which gave him the opportunity to do it. 2-1, 3 minutes after half time. Guggenmeyer back to Hamilton now. Renzo over halfway into Ernesto. Guggenmeyer out to Everton Felipe, who has had an absolutely fantastic season on this, well, on both wings actually. Ball back to Hamilton, into Guggenmeyer, into Forcato. He's got to be offside, surely. He puts it in at the second attempt. I thought he was a mile offside. I was just going to check it now, but they're running back as if the goal's going to stand. It is disallowed. Did call that straight away. The ball into Hamilton here, into Guggenmeyer. First time, yeah, Forcato was a good yard offside there. The shot was blocked, but he made it his to get that second chance in. But it's not going to count. Half an hour left to play. Corner kick. Terence puts the ball in there. Christian gets up and heads it straight at De Neville in the monster goal. Terence now with the free kick from deep, headed away by Renzo. Vinicius into Cafu. Jonathan Cafu now towards the byline. Pulls it back onto his right foot. Back to Ivaldo. Infield to Christian. He goes one more to Mateus Fernandez. Kelvin. Pedro Enrique now in the right fullback position. Got a lot of time and space. Goes infield to Mateus Fernandez. Christian now has worked a lot of space for himself. Into Terence. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Hits the post and Renzo clears it away. And that has gone out for a corner kick. Still 2-1 here. 25 minutes to play. And this will be another kick, another set piece by Terence. Ball in and headed away. And that should be the pressure gone here as Cosme can run it away. He'll look to infield to Everton Felipe. Space is opened up for him. Looks that ball into Forcato. And it's not going to do anything. Luciano Juba with the corner kick. Renzo's there! And probably seals the game with 18 minutes to play. Luciano Juba, a goal and assist. Renzo at the near post, just glancing it into the far corner. 3-1. Keeper got nowhere near it. That is a cracking header. And that should be job done here. And we're going to end the season with 3 victories on the spin in this episode. Absolute brilliant work from the boys. Coelho into Pedro now. Christian into Carlos Eduardo. Switch ball out to Coelho. Get a chance to get the shot away. Force wide. He'll try and pull it back now. Does to Pedro. And Pedro puts it in. Pedro Roca makes it 3-2. And maybe we counted our chickens just before they hatched there. It's 3-2 with 10 minutes to play. Corner kick now. Terence puts that ball in. And Denival collects comfortably. There's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time now, plus the 30 seconds are left of normal time, and that was risky there. Renzo can bring it out of the box into Ernesto. Little triangles of passing. Joe Igor now sitting in that defensive midfield role on for Hamilton, who was starting to struggle with fitness towards the final parts of this game for him. Mateus looks for that ball, it's cut out empty, gives it back to Mateus into Caballero, looks for Juba, cut out, and Pedro Enrique now. Kelvin, Coelho again to Pedro Enrique. Under a little bit of pressure, but he gets the ball away. Coelho has to go back. We're putting pressure on them. We're not letting them get that forward ball, but Kelvin makes a bit of room for himself. That ball over the top. Terence there hits a shot from distance. 3-3. And after going 3-1 up with about 10 minutes left, we've conceded 2 late goals here. And it looks as if we're going to draw the final game of the season. 3-3. That is disappointing. Counting my chickens before they hatch, definitely there. It's a 3-3 draw to finish the season. We're going to see how the final league table has ended up, and we're going to do the end of season review before we end the episode. So it made no difference anyway. Gremio won their game, I believe. So even if we'd have won that and got to 66 points, we still would have finished in 7th place. That is a great finish for us. End the season with 3 victories and a draw, unbeaten in the last 4 games. We're going to go forward now and do the end of season review before we finish off here. Should be any time now. Maybe not. We get 1 week off. There we go. End of season review for the 2021 season. The new arrivals. Best player was Jean Petero. 13 games, 7 goals, 7 assists, 7.92. Of our regular starters, Raven Agas, 42 games, 15 goals, 13 assists. Go down the youngsters. Hamilton finished on a 7.03, MT on a 6.98. Not bad from those. Season's results. Expectation was to qualify for the Libertadores. I don't think that was the expectation at the start of the season. I think it was just a Copa Sudamericana, but we've qualified anyway in 7th place. 13,698 average fans. We've reached semi-final of the Brazilian Cup, expected to reach the 4th round, and the Northeast Regional Championship wasn't important, but we won it anyway. Moments to remember: biggest win 13-0 against Veracruz really early on in the season. The match to remember was the 9-3 victory over Caracas City. I think those games were back to back, and the goal of the season was a goal from Watson in the 13-0 victory. Normally I'd show you, but I'm going to have to go through 13 goals, well, through however many goals to find it, so I'm not going to show you that. Sponsorship, 6.2 million in sponsorship, 6 million in broadcast revenue, 119,000 in corporate hospitality, 7 million in prize money, 289,000 in commercial and retail. Rodrigo was the top shirt seller, sold just under 10,000 shirts and made just under £1 million. Best 11, Carlos Eduardo was the goalkeeper, who's at Nashville, who played 2 games. Come on, give me a chance. Youth and Chico Ryan, who played 1 game. Okay, this is ridiculous now. Sander, Caceres, Oliveira, Dena. They've even lined up in a 4-2-3-1. Cristiano never even played for us. I'm going to ignore this. That's completely wrong. So, record breakers, Rodrigo, 26 goals, most league goals by player in the season, most overall goals by player in the season as well, 21 in the league, 26 in all competitions. Dena got the most goals in a match, 4. Dena got the most goals by player in a league match, got 4. Everton Felipe, most assists by a player in the season, 14. Saulo got 19 clean sheets, most clean sheets by a player in the season. Most man of the match awards, Everton Felipe with 9. Worst discipline was Hamilton with 9 yellow cards. Youngest player was Hamilton, 15 years and 356 days. Blas Caceres was the oldest player at 32. Fastest goal at 52 seconds was Blas Caceres. Youngest goal scorer was Hamilton, and the oldest goal scorer was Blas Caceres. I think that's everything we need to do. Most passes per 90 minutes was Sabino, the centre-back, which shows that we play out from the back quite regularly. Hard work and effort paid off on the pitch. Such a feat didn't go unrewarded in the season ceremony. 2 trophies won. Qualification for the Copa Libertadores. We're going to accept the current vision, end of season team meeting, discuss the plans for next season, and we can qualify for the Copa Libertadores. They're very happy with that. Reach the latter stages, a little too ambitious. Okay, we'll get them back on board, and then we'll sort everything else out at the start of next season. I'm not sure how much more news there is. Can't see any budgets. Didn't win the goalkeeper, right back, left back of the year was Wellington team. He won that. We won the Brazilian central defender of the year, Rafael Tejia. William Oliveira got the best second best defensive midfielder of the year. Raven Agus, Brazilian midfielder of the year, second in that, and nothing in the striker. So we're going to congratulate Wellington Tim on winning that, and congratulate Rafael Tejia on that. No sign of any budgets as yet, but we'll come back probably around the pre-season. I'm not going to show as much pre-season I did last year. That was ridiculous. It was like 5 or 6 episodes before we got into the actual season. Anyway, if you've enjoyed what you've seen on today's video, please leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.